Hey guys, hey, well, it's that time of week again. Welcome to America's Finest Hero. And we did have one of our vets today, and his son. Unfortunately, last minute he got some kind of was some allergic reaction to something, and now he can't speak. And so it's just gonna be, I guess, me and Chris here, and I was gonna let Chris do most of the talking because my throat is still bothering me. But being we have no guest, I guess we're gonna have open mic night or something like that. We'll talk about a couple of different things, even if this is only like a half hour or so. So let me see here. Let's go here to see if any comments or anything or anybody on. I'm looking here. All right. So again, this is America's Finest Heroes Journey to Real Therapy. I am your host, Rich Segura of Operation Vets and Nets, and there's my co-host, Chris Wheeler from he's our California state lead. And then we got over there in the chat next to Chris, we got Walt that's saying, "Hey, what's up? What's happening, guys?" So unfortunately, like I said, last minute our vet had to cancel. So we'll talk about a few different things. And if you guys have a topic you want to talk about, then we could. But what I do want to, first of all, open up and give thanks for our sponsors. We are having Operation Vets with Nets. Is having our Hooked on Heroes event. Hooked on Heroes 2025, and this is going to be huge. So we are going to have, it's going to be on November 7th and 8th. The 7th, we're going to kick off the weekend with a meet and greet. And it starts with our meet and greet Friday, November 7th at 6:30 at the VFW post, 637. And it's in Hopewell, Virginia. And if anybody wants to know the address, I can always send it to you. But the VFW post up there, who is one of the sponsors for this event. Hey, Tasha, what's going on? We are doing a meet and greet there. They'll have finger foods and all that stuff, and you buy whatever you want at the bar. And so, so people know what this is about. It's going to be a day. Saturday is going to be a day of matching up captains and vets, and it's a friendly tournament. It costs nothing. It's going to be we're going to have our captains tournament, our captains meeting at 5:30 Saturday morning on November 8th, and at 6:00 we'll take off, and everybody be back by 2, and from 2 to 5. We're just going to have, we're getting it catered and cooking. So we're going to have, I believe we're having brisket, barbecue, catfish nuggets, probably hamburgers, hot dogs. We're going to have a lot of giveaways, a lot of raffles. And we're going to have guest speakers. One of them, we'll talk about real quick. We have our corporate title sponsor, which is Blue Cross and Blue Shield for vision and dental. These guys are phenomenal. The programs that they offer for both military families and retired and disabled vets are phenomenal. And I come to find out some of our captains have some of their vision and dental, and they swear by it. So so that's a good thing. So they're gonna be talking about their products, and they're gonna be out with a bunch of volunteers. And they're gonna some of their board members are vets, and they're gonna be fishing with us as well. Some of our industry headliner sponsors, you got Mad Cats, Carolina Lake Weights. You've got Pale Horse Coffee. Now, let me tell you, that's all I drink now is Pale Horse coffee. And today, or not today, was it yesterday? Maybe I went with my wife. She's driving me around because I can't. I'm getting around. I suck still at driving, or I stink. My neck is still kind of stiff, but so she took me over to get some. I was running out of coffee, and I can only ground coffee. My machine, that's all it does is ground. So I bought 100 pound or 5 pounds of their Valhalla, which is a vanilla bean. Oh my gosh! So they are providing 30 bags, 30 12-ounce bags, nice sized bags of coffee for our event. Some of it will be giveaway, some of it will be raffled. We got also Team Redneck Fishing, which is Micah Burkhart. Unfortunately, I just talked to him today. He was going to be up here with his wife. They were gonna fish it and bring and I bet was gonna fish, but because of some other family things going on and it's their anniversary and some stuff going on, they're not gonna be able to make it. But they are one of our sponsors. So they are contributing towards the big fish for the vet, and we're gonna have some Micah Burkhart rods that will be given away and raffling off as well. Oh, Walt says drank their coffee at Ballroom. I guess he's talking about Pale Horse. Yeah, their coffee's phenomenal. I love it. Gray is a great guy, the owner of the company. We also have Hooker's Terminal Tackle. If you guys been around for a while, you know I know those hooks. That's all Walter fishes by. These things are friggin', they look like they should be used for sharks. But I'm going to tell you what, they'll catch a 2-pounder and they'll handle a friggin' 70-pounder like it's nothing. And they are sharp. Great hooks. We got Mid-Atlantic Catfish Company and one of our captains and his catfish Commando Dave. He's one of our sponsors as well. And Alan Epps is one of our captains here in Virginia, and his company, they work for Farm Bureau, is also one of our sponsors. So if you want to get on board, if you want to get on board and be a sponsor to our program for this event, feel free. Let us know. Reach out to us. But so then, like I was saying, we'll go out there, and there's going to be no scales or nothing. So we'll have one big chat channel. And take your picture, with the scale, with you holding the fish and the scale, and everything is catch, photo, and release. And then we'll have somebody back at the beach tracking all this, so we see who's got the biggest fish, and so there's a lot. And we also, I want to say it's Hilton, Tasha Thomas. Is it Holiday Inn, Tasha, or is it Hilton? I'm going to feel like an idiot. But one of our captains, her hotel chain is also sponsoring us. And we're going to get group rates. We're finalizing the details now. But I believe it's 110 a night or 119 a night, which you normally Hampton Inn. I am so sorry. Hampton Inn is where we're going to be at. And we'll have all those details on our site, but it's 119, I believe, a night. And if you're a captain and you got a boat here, they've got Tasha is going to make sure they have the whole back of the whole hotel blocked off for us, where we can pull the boats back, and it's covered by cameras. Pull the boats back, unhook them, go park our vehicles, and they'll be strictly all straight for all the boats back there. So that's awesome, and so that's going to be great. So more to follow with the lodging, but it's going to be our goal is to have 50 captains and 50 vets. We're close to already with the vets, and I think we only have like 15 15 captains. So if you are interested and you want to come out, and I know there's more that said they would, they just have to get on our website and register. So if you want to, hey, what's up? Hey, Kurt, what's going on, buddy? Are you all moved in already? Everything moved? So, yes, I should have everything to you tomorrow to approve. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Tasha. And so, yeah. So, I know Jamie from Carolina Lake Weights is coming up. Him and Rebecca, which is awesome. They are more than just a company. I mean, they're our family. And Vicky and I just adore both Jamie and Rebecca. And what's cool is we've got somebody. Hey, what's up, Tim? We've got somebody from a vet signed up coming from Texas. And because they're coming from Texas, we're going to do a little bit something special for them too. Just
that's a long way.
What's that?
That's a long way.
It is, dude. You know, when Donna reached out and said we have somebody coming from Texas, I was like, holy crap. I said, are you serious? And so I'm excited about that. It really is. We're going to be giving away a lot. I'm guessing we're close to, oh my gosh. I want to say close to 8,000 in rods. So I mean, we're like I said, we're going to be having giveaways. We're going to have raffles. And I'm looking for tackle so I can put packages together.
I'll reach out to a couple of my sponsors, Rich, and see.
What's that?
I said I'll reach out to a few of my sponsors, see if we can get some more stuff rounded up.
Oh man, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. So let's give a shout out real quick to see who's out there. We see Walter's out there. Walter's our Virginia State lead and our VP. We got you, obviously. We got Tasha and Chris. Chris is probably sitting right next to her. They're one of our captains up on the James River. We got Kurt River Troll. He's one of our V8 captains that live not too far from me. Tim Hartley, he's down. Tim is down, I believe, in Georgia, down that way, and that's going to be exciting now. Ed Jenkins, who used to be our Tennessee lead, is now made his move to South Carolina, and he's taken over South Carolina and Georgia. So over the next 6 months, I expect to see big things happening out of there. We got a lot. And let me see here.
That's great, Tim. Tim says he has 2 rods and an anchor for a giveaway.
Oh, right on, Tim. I appreciate you. And then there's Aaron Hansen. Aaron's over there from Texas. So it's exciting. You know, we got a lot going on. We've been talking about it, and I have to bring my board of directors and make sure they approve of it. But I don't think there'd be a reason why they wouldn't. But we're going to be reworking some of our mission statement, and we're going to be starting to include Gold Star families. Even though here in Virginia, we've been doing some Virginia, North Carolina, we've been working on doing some stuff with some Gold Star families in the past. And I think somebody else brought something up to me about if we can do some stuff with the Gold Star families. I'm like, absolutely. And so we're going to be opening up our services that way as well. We want to throw in a set of Team Keats boards too. Oh, okay. Right on, man. Thank you, Tasha. We're going to have a lot of planer boards. I know, and I was going to talk about that, Walt, in a minute. I know that one of our captains and one of our sponsors at Farm Bureau, Alan Epps, had a planer board company, and I the planer boards I use are Parks planers. Everybody knows that. To me, they're the
Same
best
with me.
planer. They're the best planer boards on the market, in my opinion. I mean, there's some great boards out there, but I mean, um, but Alan for a while was making his own boards. He built up his company and was selling them. And so me and Walt, matter of fact, Walt tried the first couple of prototypes, and I had an opportunity to test up some prototypes before we went final. And these are great boards as well. And so I think, oh my gosh, I think I'm probably going to have close to at least 6 or 7, 8 sets of his planer boards to give away as well. He's one of our sponsors. So there's going to be a lot. There is going to be a lot. I'm going to get with my buddy with Pete over SmackDown. I'm going to see, because we do have some folks that do bank fishing. They might be ambassadors, or maybe some of these vets that come out and they don't have a boat, but they'd like to do some bank fishing. I'm going to see if I can get a bunch of their bank rod holders. Their rod holders are awesome. I use them all the time when I'm bored, and I'm not. Can't say not in the mood to get on the boat, but like now, if I wanted to go fishing, I can only do it from the bank, or Walt take me. Or my wife won't even let Walt do that now, because she still wants me to heal up. And as many of you guys know, I am recovering from cancer. I am a cancer survivor now. I think I'm going to get that tattooed on my hind parts. No, I am a cancer survivor now. I've got medullary thyroid cancer. And I'm only kidding about that comment. So, but as you guys see, I'm recovering. They took out my thyroid, parathyroid, went all the way up back here, and got some lymph nodes. But from the pathology reports and everything else like that, it looks like they got everything. But it's a long healing process. And so it'll probably be another month before I get on the. What event are you talking about? I just got on. Oh, we're talking to Aaron. We're talking about the Hooked on Heroes 2025 event here in Virginia in November. So I'm going to get with SmackDown and try to get some of those bank. They got some great bank rod holders. I use your rod holders on my boats as well. But I think this is going to be a good event. I'm super excited for it. So what do you got going over there on the West Coast there, Chris?
Well, I was hoping to talk with the vet I took out this last week here. Man, we crushed it. It was him and his 14-year-old son, but unfortunately, I guess he had some kind of allergic reaction today, about 20 minutes before he was supposed to get on, and said he had a cantaloupe inside of his mouth, swelled up. Felt like he had a cantaloupe in there, and so here we are without him. But we tore the fish up, man. We caught, I thought it was a slow day. To them, it was the most phenomenal day they ever had. But 18 personal best went in the boat today, or that day. So that was pretty exciting. They went home with, 100 pounds of fillets for him and his family. Usually, I don't catch a lot of eater-sized fish. We caught some big fish. I mean, real big fish, but we also caught a lot of eaters. So it was nice. Unfortunately for me, I had to clean it all, but I was excited to send his family home. I guess he gave some to the neighbors, some to the brother and sister, his dad, and they ate some that night. He said he still has a bunch in the freezer. So they were definitely happy. They want to book me for their whole family for a private charter, and I guess as a couple of his buddies want to do some private charters with me as well. I guess they're not vets, so. So all in all, I mean, it was a great day. It was hot. I was actually, I have a tournament series going here in California, and it's a head-to-head series. Two boats go head-to-head. 10 boat invite only. Some of our top California anglers. Well, that day, that tournament was going on. I'm not fishing. I wasn't fishing that day, but I have to be there to weigh everybody in, check live wells, launch the boats. So I thought, great time, get get a vet out. I'm going to be down there anyways, kind of kill two birds with one stone type deal. And we left that morning out of the ramp, and I told him, I said, look, I don't want to be in the way of the tournament. So we're going to give them about an hour to go wherever they're going to go on the lake. That way I'm not in a spot that somebody in the tournament may want to fish. I don't want to be be in their way. So we just started, right off the boat dock. I was like, I've caught fish over here. And we put the biggest fish in the day in the boat before we got the first 3 rods out. I was still trying to get rods out when we got slammed. And it ended up being the biggest fish of the day. And he said, man, if the day would have ended right there, we'd have been happy with it. But
right on. And that's what it's all about, man. Just getting on the water and having a good time. And I mean, sometimes you have those days where, man, you're fighting to get one fish, and then other days you're like, can we get a break?
Yeah. It was pretty steady through the day. I would say probably, every 20 minutes we had a fish on. So
good deal.
To me, it was on the slow slide. But I mean, all in all, if we would have been in the tournament, we would have actually won the tournament with our three biggest fish. We also would have been disqualified because I was 2 minutes late for my own turn-in. They doubled up right as I was trying to get rods in, and they doubled. So and I knew I was already kind of running that. I was going to get in about 3 minutes before weigh-ins, and when they doubled up, it kind of threw everything out the window. And I was like, well, let's just get them in, and then we'll get on our way. And which was probably, I think, the second biggest fish we caught right as we were leaving. So
right on.
That worked out well. But I had a blast. It was a 8.5-year Army vet. He was involved in a Humvee accident. They were coming down a hill late at night, and they actually drove into a tank trap. And I think everybody in the Humvee got hurt, but he ended up, it tore him up pretty bad. He had a lot of memory loss. I think he took some head injuries, some pretty bad head injuries. So now he's full disability from the Army. And then he brought his 14-year-old son, which is anytime there's kids on my boat, man, those are my favorite trips. I love the youth. I love to see the youth getting excited about it.
And it's funny you say that because there is a American Legion Riders group here locally that support us in various different things. And so my buddy Eric reached out. He had some questions about something, and then he asked, would we be interested? Because they have I guess they're from school or from something, but a shooters club, I believe it is, and they're young kids, and they're trying to think of things to do with them in the summer. And so they asked, would we be interested in taking them out fishing, for an afternoon or for a morning or something like that. And both me and Walt were like, I mean, I may be able to go. I'm not sure if I'm healed up yet. But yeah, we're stoked. We're going to do that. sometime in August.
Anytime I see kids put down video games or shut the TV off, go outside, that's what it's all about.
You know, and that's exciting. You look at what Chris Gamble and Carolina Lake Weights, where they've got Kid of the Week, and they really promote, you know, getting like you said, getting those kids off of the Game Boys and the Xboxes and the computers. I'm probably dating myself here, and getting them out there on the water, man. Get them out there and fishing, using their hands, doing things, being social, and so that's really cool. You know,
I was pretty impressed. That kid on my boat, he did not have his phone in his hand one freaking time
that's what I'm saying.
the whole day. I was amazed. To be 14 years old, you can't pry those things out of kids' hands. He did nap. He did nap. We had about an hour and a half slow time, right midday, and I caught him napping over there, and I was like, man, I'm not doing my job. I got people sleeping on my boat, and I mean, right as that thought popped into my head, 2 rods went down and we doubled up. And then after that, he was right back awake. But I was like, man, we're off the fish, but we're still on that line. The fish in our lakes right up here right now, it's that transition. They're coming out of the spawn, but they're kind of, you know, they're not schooled up, they're not grouped up. So it's you pick one up, you pick one up, you pick one up. You're not. So I think for the time of year it was actually a pretty darn good day. To them, it was the best day they said they'd ever had on the water, which makes me feel good.
Absolutely. I mean,
they do a lot of bass fishing. They're not real. They haven't done a lot of catfishing, I don't think.
So in other words, they do a lot of bait fishing. Did you say?
Yeah, that's exactly what I told them. Yeah, we went on this week. After their trip, I had to come home, charge my batteries, and we left out at 3:30 in the morning for another lake, Shasta Lake up north, and I had a 3-day guide trip for kokanee salmon. And last week I went up and pre-fished because I hadn't fished that lake in a while, and I didn't want to get up there and you know, I kind of wanted to find where the fish were. And we straight smoked them. I don't know. You might have seen some of my posts, all the smoked salmon that we smoked up afterwards. But we were catching browns, kokanee, kings. We did catch some bass. Went back to the same spot, and the fish just weren't there. And I was having a tough time finding them. But I have never caught so many bass in my life. We were trolling for salmon. I was catching spotted bass at 80 feet deep. And wow. I'm taking one after another. We couldn't get past the bass to catch the kokanee or to catch. We did catch some browns. We did hook up with some kokanee. We did catch some rainbows. But we weren't after bass. But it turned into a bass fishing weekend. We caught 100 fish, I know, and we did a half-day trip the first day. We did a full day the second day and a half day the third day. We caught 100 bass, every bit of.
This heat is it's. I mean, in a way, I'm glad I'm sitting at home healing up because this heat is crazy.
So what is heat to you out there? We've been at 110, 112.
Well, with the heat index, it's been today was like about 103.
Okay.
So
we picked the hottest 3 days to be on one of the hottest places on earth.
Yeah,
there was a fire actually going on right at the lake, 11,000 acre fire. We stayed on an island. We camped 3 days on an island.
Right.
But on shore, right behind our island, is where the fire was actually going on. So they were dipping with the helicopters. They probably had 9 helicopters out there. They had 3 different planes that were scooping, the scoop planes. So it was so freaking hot, but the sun was not beating right on you, so you didn't realize that you were burning because it was coming through all the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little red. You can see my face.
Oh yeah, no, you can definitely tell. You definitely tell. Didn't you? or are you planning, or didn't you go fishing on the res?
Yeah, that was right before I got home. This last time I was up in New Mexico on Navajo Lake, and tough lake to fish for not being from there. We we tried trolling. We got to the first spot. We caught one bullhead. It's the first bullhead I ever caught trolling. But
Oh, okay.
we caught a bullhead. We did have a couple of nice takedowns in there, but they didn't stick. We ended up moving over to this other spot. I kept trying to get the guy I was with. It was his boat. He
Funny
wanted
you
to
say takedown. Funny you say takedown because Todd Barnes just popped in.
Hey, what's going on, Todd? But we ended up moving. I had an area I wanted to kind of fish, and he was like, "Oh, but I've caught him over here. It was his boat, his lake. He wanted to learn to drift, and I wanted to fish that lake because I heard there was some big ones in there. Man, we just tore the crappie up. I mean, I think we caught 75 crappie that day.
Oh, right on, right on.
We were trolling some rods, and I was just flipping up on shore, and I mean, we were hooking up pretty nonstop.
So let me ask our audience here. We've got 5 or 6 people out there, I guess, that I can see. There may be more. And I'm not talking our captains, but maybe some of our guests. But
How do I see where our guests start, Rich? I haven't figured that out. Am I able to see that, or only you?
now, if you go at the screen, and then on the top, do you see where it says live 32, 3201, 3202? You see that?
No.
You don't see
Oh,
that?
yeah, I do. I see it. Yeah.
You see where it says 5?
5?
Yeah, you see the I and it says 5?
No.
I'm surprised because you're an admin. You should see that. But it tells me there's 3 people from Facebook watching, and then there's 1 from and 2 from YouTube.
No,
And
I
so
don't.
drop
I
down.
don't have a 5 up there.
Yeah, we got to figure out how. I got to make you an admin so you're able to. If I can't make it, you can open this up. I'll figure all that out. But for those who are not part of the organization that are watching, what's it mean? Or let me ask this question. Why do you? I don't know how to word this. What's some of the things that you do personally that support our vets, that help our vets? If you wanna jump online and jump on our panel, let me know. Tell me, hey, Rich, I'd like to jump up there with you. I'll send you an invite, and you can share with us, and tell us what you like to personally do to help our vets. So that's the question is, I will do this. Hold on here. Create a banner. What? Let me see here. What could be the question I can, what? Do you enjoy doing to help our vets? Vets with regards to some type of healing. All right, so I'm going to add this. And if you want to, I'm going to put that there. If you want to answer or you want to come up as a guest, please let me know. and I will send you the invite and let you join up. You can join up from your phone. You can join up from your tablet, your computer, YouTube, Facebook. But I will tell you. Let's see here. What else? See, I wish we had our guest here because I'm. You know what? I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let Chris talk because my throat is starting to hurt. But if you wanna get up and want to share some things, what you might have done with some vets, or what's important to you in regards to providing some type of healing to our vets, please let me know, and I will send you a link. And you can join and share your, or if you have a story. What's up, Dave?
Hi, Dave.
If you got a story that you want to share, if you got something you might have done with a vet, it doesn't have to be fishing. But if there's something you did with a vet and you think might have made a difference for that vet, please let us know. I'll bring you on. We got another half hour, 25 minutes of the show because our guest couldn't make it. So this is kind of open mic night in a sense. So if you want to share something, let me know. Or you're just gonna sit here and make me talk, make my voice hurt more, extend my recovery out. I'm gonna make you feel guilty now. No.
So I got a few things to say, and I think I say this every week. You know, this organization is ran off volunteers. As anything in life, I mean, the more people you have, the better something is. The easier it is to do things. If you want to be, you know, I know a lot of people that we don't have a whole lot on their live, but if you're watching this later, you know, on YouTube or whatever, you know, reach out to Rich. If you want to volunteer your time, even if you don't have a boat, you know, there's other jobs that we can put you in that'll help the organization. You know, you just spreading the word, you know, maybe going to your local VFW or any kind of your vet centers that are local to you there, just getting the word out to veterans. The more we spread the word, the more veterans that we can get out on the water. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. We always need you know, we most of us are, you know, this is stuff we do. We donate our time, we donate our boat, we donate our gas, our bait, our tackle. You know, this is all done out of our own pockets. So, you know, maybe you don't fish, or you don't feel comfortable taking a vet out, or maybe you're not good talking to people, and you know, you don't want to go spread the word, but you got a way you can donate financially, or you know, maybe you own a company and you have, you know, some type of fishing gear, planer boards, you know, hooks, weights, rods, anything. I mean, it all helps the organization. Donations, you know, helps. You know, this cost. You know, I mean, just for me to run to the lake's 3.5 hours for me. It's $100 in fuel to get there, get home, and then I spend fuel on the boat. I have to buy bait. You know, I go through tackle, and you know, I think we got. You know, how many captains do we have in total, Rich? Do you know?
Close to 100.
I thought that's about what it was. So, I mean, you add that up tenfold at the end of the day, and you know, anything anybody out there can do to help the organization or help our veterans, you know, get a hold of Rich. It's greatly appreciated. I mean, it's our sponsors that help us make this all possible.
Absolutely. And a lot of us have personal sponsors. There are some sponsors that support the organization as a whole, you know, such as like Mad Cats, Matt Knight, and the team over there. No matter what we got going on, they're always there to support whatever we're doing. Carolina Lake Weights. I mean, Jamie, Jamie's one of our board of directors. Because I want somebody from the industry, and those guys, they're willing to do whatever it takes to help. But then you got guys like SmackDown. Peter over at SmackDown occasionally reaches out and says, "Rich, what else could I do to help you guys?" Is there? There's so many different parks planners, as I mentioned earlier. There's so many different folks that that make this happen, and they're not even part of the organization. But there are a lot of people behind the scenes that stand behind what we do. And I've had people even ask to see our books just to make sure we're doing exactly, and we are. And nope, yep, Easterland, good call, Walt. Easterland. That's the drift sock that I use. I think this one's a 10 or 11 footer. Best. They're all handmade. Easterland sea anchors are called, but drift socks. I use them. A matter of fact, I'm probably taking those power poles. They sponsored our boat, our first wheelchair boat, and gave us mostly everything. I paid for one power pole, and they paid for everything else, including all the mounts and everything. But I just can't use them now because the way they're mounted, and there's nothing we can do unless somebody wanted to come out and spend $2,000 to fabricate something to lift these things up further. The mounts still are caught in the water column, which slows the boat down and sprays a bunch of water into the back of the boat. So until I get my Sea Arc or something else, I'm going to be putting, I'm probably in the next month taking these power poles off, because I'm going to tell you what, if you see the bass fishermen use them a lot, because a lot of times they'll use them as shallow water anchors and get all the way up in the coves and lower it and sit there and work this one cove. I use them specifically to I have paddles that come with them that I purchased extra, and it acts as a sea anchor, a drift sock. So if I'm getting too much current going on and I need to slow my speed down, I just lower these bad boys. Woo! Come with almost like a screeching halt. I love them. They're great. But unfortunately, because of the type of tunes that I have on this boat, I'm really not going to be able to use them. So they'll probably sit in my garage until I get a regular boat to use for catfishing. So if anybody would like to donate maybe a 240 Sea Arc Easy Cat to me, I'd be glad. I'll man, let's all ping Sea Arc and tell them they need to support Operation Vets with Nets. They need to donate an Easy Cat. Let's all reach out to them.
100 of them.
That's right, And my buddy Don Cooney, and actually it was Brian. I forgot his name. Brian, I think it was his boat first. I fell in love with this boat when it lifted up for sale, and then all of a sudden Don Cooney, one of our captains, bought it, and then I fished with Don on it during the ice bowl on Carr, and literally this year it was an ice bowl because we were cutting through 1.5 inches thick of ice through the and it was on an Easy Cat. I fell in love with that thing, and that's what I want. And I'll sell my left finger and my right finger, my left toe and my right toe. I'll give a kidney away, something. I need that boat now. But or whatever other boat I get eventually, then I'll just put those power poles on that. And if I eventually don't, then I will just sell them and then put it right back into the organization, because they were bought for the organization. So, but I do have somebody who's interested in that. And why were we talking about that? Why were we talking about the power poles? I don't know.
We were talking about sponsors.
Well, yeah, and that's right. And then
Those were sponsored to you, to us.
Okay.
So hey, thanks, Kurt. I appreciate that. It was a good day. I'm reading comments. Sorry.
No, that's all right. Oof, just got a sharp pain and run all the way across.
Remember, donations. We are a 501c.
C3.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So if you do make donations, it is a tax deduction for your company. So keep that in mind, and maybe a little more motivation to help out the organization.
Yep. And we appreciate. We definitely appreciate. Like I said, we've got a lot of behind the scenes people that really help, and it's a blessing, because it's what I like to refer to is, and unfortunately not everybody thinks this way, but I know I do, and I know a lot of people that I hold dear to me do this, is we call this selfless service. So, where, we don't do for any other reason but to give thanks for our veterans for what they've done. No other reason.
That's it.
And unfortunately, there are some folks that do it about the glory, and hopefully we weed all those out, or they don't even come over here, because that's what we're not about. And you have that in every industry, no matter what. Not even fishing and everyday work. People do do things just to bring glory to themselves. But the blessing with Operation Vets with Nets is, when we vet our captains and we're asking them why do you want to do this? And they're a lot of them are telling us, well, our vets have given so much for this country, and their families have given so much for our freedoms, that we just feel like we need to get back to take care of those guys. And that chokes me up every time I hear it. And so that's a true blessing. And a lot of our folks are civilians, such as yourself. You aren't in the military, but you're giving out of your heart. You're giving that selfless service, giving back to that vets, and that in itself speaks so highly of you and Viola for your dedication to this country and our vets.
Well, if anybody knows me, I love my country, and I'm fortunate that I was born in the greatest country in the world, and it's the greatest country in the world because of our veterans.
That's right.
I mean, everything you do, you can take a vet for, because without a vet somewhere through history giving you fighting for your freedoms, you wouldn't have them.
That's right. And if we can do these simple little things of just getting them out on the water, getting them away from life stressors, giving them a day of peace and calmness in their life, you can't beat that mission.
Gives me just as much peace.
The only way I think you can beat that mission is if they end up bringing either a spouse or one of their kids with them to share that experience with them.
Yeah.
Because then that builds a memory for the family. And that's
we definitely built some memories here this last week with the vet I took. I'm so bummed they weren't here today, man. I know he was too. They were both looking. The son was going to come on with him, KJ. They were going to come on together, and it's unfortunate they couldn't be here. So I hope you feel better if you're watching this, Ken. I know mouth pain is that's the worst. I don't know exactly what happened, but I hope you feel better, buddy.
Yeah, I hope you feel better. Maybe we can get you on next week. And here, Michael says it right here. there is nothing better than real therapy for us veterans. Absolutely, you're right. You know, and so people understand. A lot of us captains are veterans as well, and where we used to get our, you know, when we used to go out and we're fishing, like me, how it all started is I'd go out fishing on my own just to decompress, get away from life stressors. If I'm in a dark place, man, just get me on the water, throw my rods out, and the time I come home, I'm a better person. And now I spend my time with family, work, and our vets, and I'm still getting as much therapy doing what we're doing than I was when I'm fishing. Sometimes I feel I'm screwing our vets over because I'm getting so much therapy when I got a vet on the boat that I feel like I'm getting all the therapy and they're not getting any. I'm hogging it.
That's selfish.
That's not the case. Huh?
I said that's selfish, Rich.
See, and I'm talking about selfless service, and here I am, I'm getting therapy. How dare I?
It's the same for me, man, and I'm sure it is most of our vets. Those smiles that are on their face, and you know, you don't know what they expect when they get on their boat. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna catch some fish," and by the time they're off the boat, man, I mean they're on the phone with their uncles or their dads or their wives, and they just can't believe what's happening. And that smile, man, makes your heart just pound 3 times louder, and it turns my smile 3 times bigger, man. It's definitely a great feeling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I had we got about 9 minutes left. Good, because my voice is killing me. But I had a big work conference because I still I'm a civil servant and I still serve the Navy, and so we had a big conference, and I had some active duty folks from San Diego, some instructors from San Diego. Well, we got out a day early, and they weren't flying out for another day or 2 days. Yeah, another day. So I asked them, and I said, "What are you guys doing in the morning?" And this was a Saturday morning, and they're like, "Nah, we're gonna just hang out at the hotel and wait until the afternoon until our flight." And I said, "Well," I said, "let's go fishing." They're like, "Huh?" I said, "Let's go fishing." So I took them out there, took them out fishing, and we had a blast. Now this was back in, I guess it was in the spring. And I do that all the time. Every time I'm at a conference and I'm here local, if we get out early or if some folks are going to still be here on the weekend, I'm like, all right, time for some real therapy. Who wants to go fishing? Matter of fact, one of our ambassadors, Alana Kramer, she's a lieutenant in the Navy. Laney, we were at a conference, and every time I'm at a conference, when we closed out, I pass out these rack cards to everybody so they can take them back to the ship, and they can give them out to sailors or to the chaplain and stuff. And so about 6 months after that conference, I get a call, or I get a request to be a captain. And she, make a long story short, she filled out the wrong form. She wanted to be an ambassador. But I call her, and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "I see you signed up to be a captain." "Well, yeah, I wanted to volunteer." She goes, "Rich, what's going on?" I said, "Do I know you?" She goes, "Yeah, you remember the lieutenant? I'm the IP officer also." I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I do." I said, "When did you get a boat?" Because this girl loves to fish. And she goes, "I don't have a boat." I said, "How can you be a captain with no boat to captain?" She goes, "No, you said we can volunteer and be an ambassador." I said, "All right, you filled out the wrong form." So she went and filled out the right form. And so I said, "All right, what are you doing tomorrow?" She goes, "Nothing. Why?" And so let's go fishing. So for the next 2 days, actually, we went fishing. We went fishing one day, and then that was on a Saturday, so I could kind of see what she really wanted to do and stuff like that, and how she wanted to get involved. And then we had a Sunday open, so I asked Walt, "What are you doing?" He said, well, I'll probably just go fishing. So I turned to Lainey, said, you want to go fishing tomorrow? She goes, that's a pretty stupid question. So then she came out again with us. And and that's just it, So now she's getting heavily involved. She's one of our ambassadors and probably will be one of our military liaison folks. But that's what it's about, is being able to do something like that, even with our active duty folks, because they go through their trials and tribulations as well, and just not the vets. I mean, I want to say it was the George Washington. Walter, correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say it was the George Washington last year or the year before had a whole series of suicides prior to deployment and during the deployment, because kids these days, they just didn't want to go on the deployment. You join the service and now it's time to get underway for 9 months. They weren't having it. So some either attempted or unfortunately did commit suicide. And that's a sad thing. And that's another thing, if we could even say with one life, by what we do and getting somewhere on the water, then this organization met its mission.
One suicide is one too many.
Somebody once asked me what keeps me up at night. And after running the organization for all these years. And I said, the one thing that keeps me up at night is someone puts in for a mission and we've gotten so busy that we didn't reach out to them or forgot to reach out to them. 6 months later, we see that trip is still sitting there. We reach out and I make a phone call saying, hey, I'm sorry we missed this. Somehow we missed this, but we'd like to take out so-and-so on a fishing trip. And that person on the other line says, I'm sorry that my dad or my husband or my father, whoever it might be, my mom, my sister, but the demons decide to do it another way, and they committed suicide. They're no longer with us. That's what keeps me up at night. As the founder and the CEO of this organization, is someone is reaching out by putting in for a trip. We don't get back to them soon enough, and unfortunately, they lose life. And at one time, I mean, we were getting a lot of, but now we've got Donna from North Carolina, our VP out there, is now our trip scheduler.
Mama Bear.
She's on it. Donna is on it. She might be driving people crazy, but just remember, if she's driving you crazy, she's driving you crazy for a reason. She's trying to get a vet on the water. So, and I so appreciate her. And it's great that we have people to step up and do stuff like that. That's it. Chris, you got any last minute things? It looks like we did kill an hour with this general chit chat, and boy, I'm gonna have to go down and take some Robitussin or something for my throat.
I don't. I'm sorry you had to talk so much, Rich. I hope you start feeling better, buddy.
It's all good, buddy. It is all good.
And I'm sorry I missed last week. My wife and I helping my daughter move, and she had a deadline. Her household, so. Which is great. We've had an empty nest for a long time, and now my daughter and my son-in-law they're staying in our guest house. So it's nice to have her home, even though she works an hour in town and then an hour home every day. We don't see her a whole lot, but I'm glad to have her home. But I'm sorry I couldn't be here last week. Left you by yourself.
I'll let it slide this time. But. See, now we got to get your son-in-law fishing, so he goes, buys a boat, and then we got another captain.
Right.
All right. Anybody have any last minute comments? I'm gonna end this thing. Oh, we're at about to hit an hour now, and I'd like to be mindful of people's time. Any last minute things, Chris?
No, I don't have much to say, Rich. I think we covered a good amount of stuff for winging it.
Yeah, man. So remember, if you're in the Virginia area, and even if you're not, we even got it. Like I said, we got a bet coming from Texas for the Hooked on Heroes. Go to our website right there, and go to events and hit Hooked on Heroes if you want to learn about what we're doing. We got a lot of great things going on. This is probably going to be the event of the year. There's no doubt in my mind it's going to be the event of the year. This is probably going to be one of the biggest, at least in my eyes, can be one of the best vet events here on the East Coast.
What is the date on that, Rich? It's November
7th and 8th.
7th and 8th. All
Yeah,
right.
8th is the actual fishing day. The 7th is a meet and greet and stuff like that. And this is our second annual one. We did one last year, but it was just really small, 10 vets.
So if somebody wants to sign up to be a captain on that, they can reach out to you directly, or
just go to the website, go under events, click on Hooked on Heroes. And matter of fact, hold on here. Let me share this.
And that's the same if somebody wants to be a veteran in that, or are all the spots filled for that, or?
Hold on. I will show you here in a minute. Let me see here. All right. So on our website, as you can see here, so at the bottom, there's a bunch of information, and then I'll put the lodging information once I get it back from Tasha and we get everything settled. Then about here, if you want to become a captain, register to be a volunteer captain. Click that, fill out the form, we'll get the request. Veterans, if you want to be a vet for this trip, click on there, fill out the form. Matter of fact, this weekend I've got to call everybody and get their shirt sizes because I'm going to get fishing jerseys specifically made for the event. And each captain and vet will get a jersey.
That's great.
So yep. So let me see here. Stop sharing this.
And when is the deadline for our jerseys, the team jerseys? Was that today?
That was today, but I will leave it to if anybody wants to get. Hold on. Let me see if I got one here. I don't. But if you want to get one of our team jerseys with your name on it and you're on the team, have your order in. Go to the team. Have your order in by tomorrow morning, because I already told my manufacturer I'll be sending over a list to him tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon once I get off work. Then take about 2 weeks to get here, and then about another week to get out.
And I don't know if you guys have seen the jerseys, but they're awesome.
Yeah, matter of fact, here's what they look like, just so you guys know.
I know we got our order in.
Yep. All right, so let me share this.
And I'm gonna put in an order, Rich, for side note here, for some of those the coins, and maybe you can mail them at the same time.
I could absolutely can. All right, hold on here. Let me share. Oh, stop sharing. Share screen.
I got a pretty awesome coin from one of my trips here a while back. The guy who gave me the coin is actually now an ambassador out here in California. I need to get him through his orientation, but let's see here if you can.
We'll get that set back up. Very nice. Very nice.
I was pretty honored that he gave me that. Stays here on my mantle.
There you go.
and it's an organization like ours, but they do the hunting side.
Ah, right on.
It's waterfowl, and they get vets out there and do some duck hunting and pheasant hunting, and pretty cool deal.
So here are our team jerseys. This is the hooded one. So this is one color. And then, hold on here. Or the red and blue. And then if you don't want the hood, then you have it without the hood.
Awesome.
So that's our and then it has OVWN team on there. Got our logo there, and on the back it'll have your name here. So these will go in tomorrow. I extended them one more time because I didn't have a full order. So if I have to buy, I'm probably gonna have to buy a couple extra shirts for myself just to meet the minimum. So, and that's okay. So, all right. Well, we're over at hour. So, guys, thank you. I appreciate you. And we will see you next week. All right, buddy. Thanks, man.